Hey everybody, it's Vicky with Dementia with Grace. I'm so glad that y'all are back with us today. Today is the letter I. It is part of our series of the ABCs of FAQs, of dementia FAQs, the most commonly asked questions across the search engines about dementia. When you type in dementia and you type in the letter of the alphabet, you know, what are the things that come up? Honestly, for I, there was really not anything. Dementia illness, dementia, is it curable, those kind of things it came up. But I wanted to talk about today the thing that I hear the most often that starts with the letter I, and that is, I want to go home. I want to go home. If I could just go home, let me go home, take me home. I want to go home. I need to go home. I need to get back to my family. My kids don't know where I am, and they're going to be so worried about me. I have had such a lovely time, but I've got to go home. Does any of that sound familiar? Unfortunately, most people who deal with someone in the middle stages of dementia, stage 4, stage 5, certainly stage 5, at some point usually hear something like this, and I want to explain to you why it happens, why I believe that it absolutely happens, and what I do about it in the homes that I consult with the private family members, with facilities, those kinds of homes, and personal homes. I believe that home is a feeling, not a place. Home is a feeling, not a place. Have you ever moved, right? You've had more than one house, right? And so every new place became your home because your things were there, your family was there, people knew you there, and you knew them. And so it was the feeling of, coming home after the end of a long day and just being so glad to see your family, so glad to see your house, so glad to see your couch, and in your warm fuzzy slippers. It was a feeling. It is a feeling for everybody. So that does not diminish when a person has dementia. What happens, if anything, is that the feeling is expanded, is enhanced. I think what happens is people with dementia don't feel known. They don't feel that they belong where they are. The things that they're seeing around them don't look familiar. They don't see anything that looks like home. They don't see anything that looks like, nobody that looks like family. They don't see their things. But what is troublesome, or what causes a problem sometimes, is that you can take them back to their home, or maybe they are actually in their home and they're still saying, this is not right. These are not my things. I need to go home, right? That feeling that must live somewhere in there is a feeling of disconnection, a feeling of, I don't know who I am, I don't know who you are, I don't know what these things are, I don't know, I'm lost. And when you're lost, when you're troubled, when you're upset, what do you want but home and mama and daddy, the family? They want to be known. They want to be somewhere where they are known. They want to feel familiar. They want to feel that sense of comfort. They want to feel that sense of, I'm here. And because their feelings are so mislabeled, they just don't know what to do with themselves. They don't know whether they're sad. They don't know whether they're happy. They don't know what they are. They just are lost, and you can absolutely see it in their face. What I encourage then is to respond to the feeling, not to the request. Don't argue about, well, Mama, you are home. Mama, your home was sold. Daddy, we can't go back there. You live here now with me and my husband and my family. None of that is going to do anything but inflame the situation. I mean, it just does. It's no sense in trying to have a rational conversation with somebody whose rational ability, whose executive function skills are gone. You just can't have a rational conversation anymore. So I don't argue. I agree. Oh, tell me about your house. Oh, that sounds lovely. Oh, what are you going to do when you get there? And people think, no, I don't need to feed into it. I don't need to give them hope that they might get to go home. Yes, in a way you do. In a way you need to undergird those feelings so that they can self-soothe by remembering the lovely things about their home. I have found that people genuinely, you know, they want to talk about themselves. They want to talk about their home. They want to talk about their parents. You know, they want to talk about their siblings. They want to talk about their dog, their cat from when they were 7 years old. They want to talk about those things. They need to talk about those things. They need that connection, that feeling of attachment. And if you are there to say, yes, tell me more about that, and you show interest, then you are coming together and you are having a moment of comfort, of peace, of somewhat of a clarity. So ask them about their home. Ask them about mama. If they're looking for their mama, ask them about their mama. In the book, I talk about when I was a very young social worker, 26 years ago, there was a school of thought called, oh my goodness, oh, it's left me, hold on. My wonky hippocampus is getting reality orientation. It was reality orientation, and they felt like we should bring them to where we are. We should tell, you know, we should tell them the day, the season, the president, you know, all those things, and say, you know, that must have happened a long time ago because now it is the year 2019. They can't grasp that. Not at stage 5, 4 and 5, when you're probably on here looking for some help with behaviors. You're probably smack dab in the middle of the disease process, and that is 4 and 5. In the book, I talk about the lady that had looked for her mama and looked for her mama and looked for her mama, and they called me, the brand new social worker, and they said, can you come do something with her? And I'm like, I'll try. So I went to the door and I put my hand on her back and, you know, got her her attention and made sure that I was, you know, attending to her and she was looking at me. And, you know, I said, how old are you? And she told me, fairly close, within a few years, in her 70s, which was fairly close. And I said, well, then how old would that make your mama? And she thought a minute and she said, oh, she would be 100 and something. And I said, so then does it make sense that maybe she's already in heaven? And she looked at me, y'all, and she said, she must be in heaven because that's the only place I haven't looked. Broke my heart. And I guarantee you, that was the last time I used reality orientation. And I knew there had to be a better way. That made her, maybe it answered her question, but it made her so sad. And that was not my goal. My goal was to bring her some comfort, that maybe her mother was in heaven and that would be comforting to her. And it wasn't. I mean, she just couldn't deal with all of that information. It was like she was hearing it for the first time. So what I encourage is to respond to the feeling, not to the question or the request to go home. Let them know you love them, that they are loved, that they are somewhere safe, that there's plenty of comfortable places there for them to be. They have a bed there if they need to sleep. There's plenty of food in the cupboard, and all that's been taken care of. And we'll, you know, and you can say, you know, we'll look for that. We'll go there soon. You know, you can say some therapeutic redirection kinds of things like that when you know that you're really not going to go there. Maybe it doesn't exist anymore. What you are doing is allowing them some comfort, allowing them some peace. That's what you're doing. So that is it. When you talk about, I want to go home, I want to go home, I want to go home, remember that home is a feeling, not a place. And you can't go to that place anymore, but you can put in place those feelings. You can undergird those feelings and let them know that everything is just going to be okay. I thank y'all for listening today. I hope that has made some sense. Listen, if you need a tribe, if you need a group, if you need somewhere to vent, to get encouragement, to get entertainment, to get a friend on this journey, please join us over on Dementia with Grace Caregiver Support Group on Facebook. I'll put the link down here. There may be some cards up here at the top too if I can figure out how to do that. I'm still figuring out this YouTube thing. But I thank you for allowing me to come alongside you on this journey and to offer any little help that maybe that I can through these videos. I don't know what we're going to talk about Wednesday with Jay, but we'll be talking about something. I've got to do my research on that this week. But rest assured that I'm trying to do these things to answer any questions that might come up. If you have any questions for me, put them right down there in the comments. Be sure and subscribe to this channel so that you never miss out. Starting this week, we're doing a video every Monday through Friday, every weekday. We were doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm adding Tuesday and Thursday for a spot for me to be able to do some resource review with books, agencies, products, all kind of things. That's what's going to be happening on Tuesdays and Thursdays, okay? All right. I look forward to meeting y'all. Please introduce yourself to me down in the comments, okay? And don't forget to subscribe and share and like and tweet and whatever you're supposed to do with these social media things. And I sure would appreciate it. I know your fellow caregivers would appreciate hearing that you have found something that maybe possibly works for you too, okay? All right. I will see y'all soon. Thanks for listening. Talk later. Bye. Mwah.